Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. I am your host, Gershwan, and today we're going to be talking about the successor chapters of the Space Wolves. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We post Warhammer 40K lore videos every single day. If you have any questions or suggestions, please comment down below. And if you enjoy our content, thank our patrons on Patreon. It is because of them that we can do this. Link in the description if you guys want to support us. But with that said, let's get into 40 facts on the successor chapters of the Space Wolves. The Wolf Brothers was one of the only successor chapters of the Space Wolves Legion for quite some time. They were created right after the Horus Heresy, during the Second Founding. Although imperial records of this chapter are often found with so many redactions that it is impossible to gather any information, it is believed that at some point, the goal of a few members of the Legion was to create enough Space Wolf successors that they could completely encircle the Eye of Terror and build a star empire the size of Ultramar. The only problem with that goal was that the majority of the Space Wolves Legion, including the Primarch Leman Russ, hated the idea of breaking up the Space Wolves Legion and being confined to the dictates of the Codex Astartes. Nevertheless, there were still a few wolf priests that understood that an Astarte Legion without successor chapters could not exert the same amount of influence as one with scions. Thus, the Wolf Brothers chapter was created. At first, the chapter proved to be as ferocious in combat as their parent Legion. Each new battle brother maintained the hallmark temperament and incredible resolve of a true Sky Warrior of Fenris. They were led by Bjorn Arjak Grimmonson, a highly decorated captain of the Great Companies. The chapter was gifted the homeworld of Karoil, a planet of ice and fire, just like Fenris. Half of the Space Wolves fleet, half of their armories and priests were handed over to the Wolf Brothers in order to ensure the chapter's success. Unfortunately, something went terribly wrong. It seemed that the genetic code of the Space Wolves, known as the Canis Helix, was too dangerous to be duplicated. The genomes of the Wolf Brothers quickly became unstable, and mutation ran rampant throughout the chapter. The Wolfen Curse plagued the successors of Fenris at a level that was too difficult to hide from the Imperium, and so the Inquisition ordered the disbanding of the chapter. Their gene seed stores were to be destroyed, and any surviving battle brother would be given the choice of being scattered to the 6 points of the compass to find glorious death in combat, or be shamefully executed. But before the order could be carried out, the Wolf Brothers mysteriously disappeared. Many within the upper echelons of the Imperium blamed the Primarch Leman Russ for warning his children and helping them escape, even though no one in their right mind would say it to his face. The Inquisition attempted to destroy any records of the chapter, claiming that the Wolf Brothers were now a renegade warband, but the true outcome of these children of Russ is completely unknown. To this day, rumors persist of small bands of Wolf Brothers fighting within renegade chapters or living as pariahs in the shadows of the Eye of Terror. Sadly, battle brothers of this exiled chapter have been encountered by other Imperial forces. For example, a squad of renegade Wolf Brothers participated in the scouring of McKenna 7 under the command of the Chaos Champion, Onius Prade of the Red Corsairs. Another unlucky Astarte of the Wolf Brothers was found stranded on the demon world of Mendragard, the homeworld of the Iron Warriors Traitor Legion. He pled his service to Warsmith Hanzo, but was later killed by another Iron Warrior. There are also rumors that a Chaos Space Marine warband, known as the Dark Wolves, is actually the corrupted remnants of the Wolf Brothers. According to one legend, before their fall, the Dark Wolves had been tasked with an all but impossible mission of punishment for some unrecorded failing or crime. This mission took the Dark Wolves to the very edge of the abyss, and some say they lingered there until their souls were poisoned by the ruinous powers of chaos. It is very easy to make the connection between the Dark Wolves' crusade into the abyss and the penance crusade the Wolf Brothers embarked on. Even more convincing is the Dark Wolves' incredible armory. They possess enough heavy tanks to form a significant armored regiment called the Company of Steel. These tanks are all of ancient design and match the Space Wolves Legion's formations of the Great Crusade. The warband even had an ancient, super heavy battle tank called the Fellblade, thought to be the command vehicle of the company war leader. This massive machine was designed from the similar standard template construct as the Baneblade, but much more advanced. The Fellblade is armed and equipped with weapons that aren't seen anymore. The tank's primary weapon is a turret-based twin-linked accelerator cannon, an archaic vacuum-based system that uses a complex overpressure mechanism to propel heavy shells with greater force than what is possible with conventional cannons in the 41st millennium. Knowing the Wolf Brothers inherited half of the Space Wolves' armory, it can be worked out that these machines once belonged to the Sons of Fenris. The Space Wolves even know about this Chaos Warband. The Fenrisians hunted them down when they allied themselves to the Demon Prince of Khorne, Taloman, the self-proclaimed Prince of Princes, during the Third Black Crusade in the late 38th millennium. No confirmed records exist of any other attempt to create a Space Wolf successor chapter until the Ultima founding, more specifically, the Indomitus Crusade. During this confrontation, the Primarch Guilliman and his forces fought a major battle against the forces of Chaos who had emerged from the Pit of Rokus, an ancient warp rift located in a star system that orbited a dying sun designated as 108 Capulus 9. The Pit was an old anomaly. It existed in a region of wilderness space that had never been claimed by the Imperium during the Great Crusade. The Pit was used frequently by both demons and Chaos Space Marine warbands to launch raids into the surrounding Imperial space with relative impunity. Guilliman and his Primaris Marines defeated the forces of Chaos near the Pit, finally clearing the system of all forces of the archenemy. In the wake of the Imperial victory, and after the end of the Indomitus Crusade, Guilliman ordered the creation of the Wolfspears chapter of Primaris Space Marines. Not only was this chapter composed of many of the honorable battle brothers of the Unnumbered Sons, they also possessed the gene seed of the Primarch Leman Russ. Their duty was to take on permanent garrison near the Pit of Rokus, in order to prevent the warp rift from ever being used by the servants of the ruinous powers again. The chapter was given the homeworld of 108 Beta Capulus 9.2, yet the Astartes of the Wolfspears were not happy with being placed on permanent garrison duty. They hoped to remain on the front lines of battle as befit true sons of Leman Russ. The Astartes of the Wolfspear suffered from a deep burden. Though they knew that the Space Wolves had accepted Primaris Marines into their ranks, there were still many within the Space Wolves chapter who had not yet decided whether to accept these Primaris Astartes as true inheritors of the legacy of the Wolf King. Without a doubt, the reason the Space Wolves never had very many successor chapters is clear to the Imperium. The first obvious reason is the chapter's defiant pride. Since the Emperor ascended to the Golden Throne, the Space Wolves have refused or scrutinized any attempt to censor or control the chapter. Anything that slightly denies the Space Wolves their autonomy is attacked, regardless of whether the restriction is coming from the Imperium or one of their own Space Marine brethren. The second reason is the chapter's genetic flaw.
Different than most genetic flaws, the Canis Helix is intentionally activated into every Space Wolf neophyte. A Space Wolf must face the risk of this mutation in order to be accepted into the pack. When a Space Wolf aspirant is deemed worthy to join the chapter, he partakes in a sacred ceremony where he imbibes the Canis Helix, a genetic cocktail drawn from the genome of Leman Russ and used as a catalyst to activate the genetically engineered viral machinery of the aspirant's gene seed implants. This mixture is drunk from an ancient relic of the Space Wolves, known as the Cup of Wolfen. Every Space Wolf then runs the risk of succumbing to the curse of the Wolfen. They turn into half-man, half-wolf beasts that cannot control their savagery. While this is not always a guaranteed or immediate fate, every Space Wolf must carry this genetic flaw. As Space Wolf Astartes grow older and more experienced in battle, the Canis Helix causes additional physical alterations. Their hair turns gray, their fangs grow even longer, their skin becomes even more leathery, and in some rare cases, their eyes turn yellow. It is speculated, though not known for sure, that some latent genetic irregularity in the Canis Helix accounts for the unusual, elemental-based psychic abilities of those Space Wolves who eventually become the chapter's rune priests.
And those were 40 facts on the successor chapters of the Space Wolves. Now there's one more. They're called the Blood Wolves, and I didn't include them in this video because I feel like the Blood Wolves are not really a successor chapter. They're just an offshoot, or they are the remnants of one of the Space Wolves company that went traitor. So they're not necessarily a successor chapter in the way that like they had their own founding and they have their own home planet and all that kind of stuff. No, it was actually just a regular Space Wolf company that turned traitor. So I didn't include them in there. We'll talk about them later, of course, but I did not want to include them in this video. If you guys have any suggestions on any other topics, please comment down below. I hope you guys are enjoying our videos. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. This was Gershwan with One Mind Syndicate signing out.